Good afternoon, everyone. A very warm welcome to AspireX, inspiring growth and transformation. We are thrilled to have you all here today at the Travancore Hall, Technopark, for what promises to be an insightful session with industry leaders. Before we begin, let's extend a huge round of applause to ICTAK and our organizers for bringing this event to life. Today, we'll hear from experts who have walked the path you're embarking on. So get ready to take notes. To kick things off, please join me in welcoming Arvind S., a learner from ICTAK, to deliver the welcome address. Arvind, over to you.
Thank you, Nandana. Honorable CEO Mr. Muraleedharan Manningal, esteemed panelists, dear participants and friends. Good afternoon. It's my absolute privilege to stand before you today and extend a heartfelt welcome to AspireX, inspiring growth and transformation. We are gathered here at the Travancore Hall, Technopark for a truly special event, one that bridges the gap between aspiration and achievement. Whether you're a student, a budding professional, or someone looking to pivot your career, today's discussion will equip you with real world insights from leaders who have mastered the art of thriving in the tech industry. To our CEO, Mr. Muraleedharan Manningal, thank you for gracing us with your presence. Your journey and leadership at ICTAK inspires us all. To our brilliant panelists, Ms. Ammu Priya, Mr. Venkatachalam Narayana Iyer, and Mr. Syam Kumar M, and our moderator, Mr. Hareesh Rajendran. We are grateful for your time and wisdom. Your experiences will light the path for many of us here today. And to my fellow participants, this is your opportunity to ask questions, network, and leave here with clarity and confidence. The next 2 hours are yours. Make the most of them. With that, let's dive in. Once again, a warm welcome to you all. Enjoy the event. Thank you.
Thank you, Arvind, for setting the perfect tone for today's discussions. Next, we are honored to have a visionary leader who needs no introduction, Mr. Muraleedharan Manningal, CEO of ICTAK. He'll share his insights on navigating careers in today's dynamic tech landscape. Sir, the stage is yours.
It's great to have you all here, Syam, Ammu, and Mr. Venkatachalam. So, just to give a context, we have probably about 100 odd learners on different areas. So, I'm sure that you are familiar with what ICT is doing. It is we are helping with a mission. We are working on a mission of bridging the skill gap and enabling enhancing the employability of the youth. Work with the academia, we work with the corporate, and we work with the government. Basically, we work in the intersection of all these three. With the academia, we work with the universities and at various levels, including the academic council to designing courses and curriculum, then getting our courses accredited and offering the internship through the to the students of various universities and institutions. We offer various programs on ICT and the life skills. So government, we do capacity building predominantly on the IT or e-governance related areas. Corporate, we do the initial skilling plus the cross-skilling, upskilling, and some places we do the leadership training. I think that's what we do in a nutshell. First of all, this initiative is by the ICTNs and for the ICTNs with the support from the industry. The objective is get an opportunity to interact with the experts, the eminent personalities of the industry, and understand how your journey is that and what they need to prepare when they are embarking their journey, the professional journey. So, giving an insight about the various opportunities and the potential what they have, what they need to focus on. So, when they are starting their career, since they have different areas, I'm sure that you'll be getting varied questions, and I'm sure that answers, the interactions will help you all in setting the right footsteps or right foundation in your career, the journey forward. ICT Academy, I think we're working with various organizations. Recently, we had an interaction with, say, KSpace. KSpace is the initiative of Government of Kerala in collaboration with ISRO, where the space tech initiatives are encouraged and creating an R&D space in that area. We are also part of that, in providing the skilling, enabling the skilling ecosystem in K-Space as well. So likewise, we work with quite a few of the corporates, but this will give the interaction, the collaboration with the industry experts or with the industry, and the interaction with our associates or our trainees will help us in what you call bridging enabling the opportunity for interaction and clarifying their doubts. When they are preparing for the next steps in their journey, when they're completing the courses, how to prepare for the interview, to what kind of roles they can expect, to various questions we'll be getting it. Okay. Well, thank you to ICTNs for organizing this wonderful event, and we named it as AspireX. This is to meet the aspirations of every individual. We have predominantly ICT trainees, and we are trying to get this extended to the young professionals of the Technopark community. And this we do conduct every third Thursday of the month. Okay, and it's great to have so eminent panelists like you here. To share your experience and to engage in the discussion with our team. And looking forward to your continued support and collaboration as well. Thanks to our ICTNs and thanks to the wonderful the learners from ICT Academy. Have a wonderful time and enjoy the session. Thank you.
What an inspiring start. Thank you, sir, for those invaluable takeaways. Let's give him another round of applause. Now, the moment you've all been waiting for, our panel discussion. We have an exceptional lineup of panelists. Firstly, we have Ms. Ammu Priya, Enterprise Architect at Nissan Digital India LLP. We welcome you, ma'am, onto the dais. Ms. Ammu is highly experienced as an enterprise architect in IT and is specialized in design, development, estimation, and delivery of cost-effective, high-performance IT infrastructures and applications. She has 16 plus years of experience and expertise in managing teams with diverse professional backgrounds and design of future technology architectures to address complex business problems. Once again, I welcome you, ma'am. Secondly, we have Mr. Venkatachalam Narayana Iyer, Senior Director at SADA. I welcome you, sir, onto the dais. Mr. Venkatachalam, popularly known as Mr. Venki, is an energetic leader with 25 years of experience in IT project and service delivery. He has executed large-scale technology service initiatives for many Fortune 500 companies and has a proven track record of building highly motivated and empowered teams. I welcome you, sir. Thirdly, we have Mr. Syam Kumar M, Senior Solutions Architect at Reflections Infosystems. I welcome you, sir, onto the dais. Mr. Syam is a senior solution architect with focus in architecting and delivering scalable, resilient, and business-aligned technology solutions on the cloud, data, and enterprise systems. For over 17 years, he has been and continues to act as the bridge between business requirements and technical delivery, translating difficult problems into concrete and actionable architecture. Once again, I welcome you, sir. And finally, our moderator, Mr. Hareesh Rajendran, Senior Knowledge Officer at ICTAK, who will steer this conversation. Welcome, sir. Let's welcome them with another huge round of applause.
So a warm welcome to all of you. Welcome everyone to this panel discussion. So first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Hareesh Rajendran, and I work as a Senior Knowledge Officer here at ICT Academy of Kerala. And today, we have the 7th edition of AspireX, and ICTAK is really proud to be having, industry veterans like you with a combined experience of maybe 50 plus years amongst yourselves. So before we begin with our panel discussion, let me give you a brief idea of the audience that we have gathered here. So most of the students that we have here, they are from tech background, and they are enrolled into various courses like ML/AI, cybersecurity, and full stack development. And most of them are already graduates, but they want to gap the bridge the gap between industry and their current scenario. So let us get into the before we get into the program, I think I would also, the crowd would love to get an introduction of you guys from your own, your own selves. So let us get into that.
Good evening, everyone. Yeah, thank you for the warm welcome. So before I get into my introduction, I would like to thank ICT Academy for inviting me to be a panelist in this evening, because seeing all the young, vibrant faces here, I really love the energy. And also knowing what really, when Sir spoke, right, what really ICT Academy is doing is very impressive, because between this academics, whatever they learned from the college, and the actual employability, there is a gap, there is a skill gap. So you are trying to bridge it. So that's a really great job you're doing. Coming back to my introduction, I have around 17 years of experience in this industry. I started my career as a software developer in Infosys right after the college. I have worn different hats in Infosys as a developer, technology lead, technical architect, a lead cloud consultant. A lot of roles I have played for various clients across domains. After that, I joined Allianz Technology, which is a global capability center for Allianz Group. After that, right now, I'm working as an enterprise architect for Nissan Digital India, which is again a captive unit or the global capability center for the automotive company, Nissan Motors. So you all know about Nissan Motors, right? You have seen cars. The same automotive company. This is a digital hub. Nissan Digital India is the digital hub for Nissan Motors. Yeah, thanks. That's all about me.
Thank you, Ammu.
Hey, good evening, everyone. First of all, thank you for having us here. Pleasure to be here. I'm Venkatachalam Narayanan. Have around 25 years of experience in the IT space. So 25 years back, I was sitting in the same place where you all were sitting today, right? I started with UST Global. The first year of UST Global, we were all in an academy very similar to ICT, where we had rigorous intensive trainings of maybe 60 days, evaluation over evaluations, but that was more on the technical side, not necessarily the communication and other aspects of it, which I believe ICT is focusing on heavily now. And then we were into projects, and I started as an AS400 developer. I'm not sure whether you have heard about that technology. It's a green screen, no GUI, nothing of that sort. Those were days when internet itself was not very prominent. At least in some of our first projects, code base used to be sent in paper from US to us. We will roll it out on the floor. We will start marking if loop starts here, if loop ends here. So those were the days when we were doing initial programming. Life has come so far. It has made things so much more easy for everyone. And then subsequently, after the initial projects, I was onshore for a couple of years, primarily working directly with customers, and then came back to India for good. Slowly moved up the ladder and moved on from UST Global just in 2022. Today I work with SADA. SADA is a global premier partner for Google. We primarily work only on Google related stuff. We are an 8-time straight Google partner, and we are the only one on this planet to have achieved that partnership 8 times consecutively. We're a small company, around 183 people in India. Out of that, I would say at least 100 are people like all of you who are just fresh out of college. So we embrace that. We, as she was mentioning, right, the vibe that people like you bring to the table is what we all look forward for day in, day out. right? We still come to office almost every day so that we feel young. So that's a little bit about me. We'll get into the panel discussion after this. Thank you.
Thank you, Vinky.
Hi, good evening. So my name is Syam, and I'm working as a senior solution architect in Reflection Digital Systems Private Limited. So first of all, I actually thank you for ICT Academy for actually having giving an opportunity to interact with these people. So I started my career in 2007 as a developer, just after my completion of my MCA course, and I was actually started my career as a PHP developer. It was like a server-side scripting. Some people will know that. So at that time, this front-end technologies like this framework, like Angular, React, that kind of thing was not that much popular at that time. It was actually only JavaScript we had worked with. Then jQuery came. So I actually learned all these things throughout my career. Started as a full stack developer, not just like a server-side scripting developer, and then to full stack. And right now, and after that, an architect. Right now, a senior solution architect. That kind of career I had done. So in between, I worked for a couple of companies. Right now, I'm in Reflection Info Systems, and basically, I'm a full stack developer. So started like a scripting, working. Till now, I'm coding like a solution perspective. I'm working with the client, achieving business solutions, interacting with client, doing solutioning and all. But basically, I'm a coder till now, and I love coding and all. So basically, as a full stack developer, I am because of that full stack development capability, why I am actually become a solution architect kind of person. So thank you ICT for this.
Thank you, Syam. Thank you, all of you. So now I think we can get into the panel discussion. So our India's IT industry, it's I think the third biggest IT industry in the world right now, and also IT industry is one of the biggest industries in India. And but at the same time, we are in a state of flux, right? So many. This is the age of disruptions in IT, and at the same time, also generational shifts in attitudes, and also the era of hyper competition between the big tech industries. So this is actually an era. I mean, maybe you can call it maybe age of chaos as well, right? Because technologies come and technologies go in a matter of years, or maybe 2 years or 3 years. So here, the concept of in AspireX, we almost always the topic is industry readiness. So what does this word mean to each of you? I would like to know, what does industry readiness mean today in IT? So let us begin from you.
Yeah, so industry readiness in the sense whatever you have learned from the college, the academics, that's just fundamentals. So to be industry ready, you need to acquire some more skills. Yeah, of course, there are like technical skills. On top of that, there are other skills like soft skills and digital skills. So technical skills, whatever, like you are on the right place, I think, because I heard that most of you are taking training on cyber security, full stack development, AI and automation, ML and data science, which are the hot, trending topics right now. So you are on the right path, but there is another, do not underestimate soft skills, or the core skill is the problem solving skill. We are not looking for coders anymore. We are looking for problem solvers, because when I do some interview, to be honest, I haven't done an interview to a fresher, but I have done interviews for 1 year or 2 year experienced persons, which is similar to a fresher kind of background, right? So what we are looking for is whether he or she can write the syntax correctly. No. If we give a business problem, how they are breaking down that problem into small problems and how they're approaching that problem. So that is what you're looking for. I mean, now you all know that you all might be using as well for coding. We have all the AI tools. It's not like, as Venki mentioned, like, I mean, in the previous years, like it was in paper, or like we wanted to search in Google, learn things and do. But now you can integrate AI tools into the IDs, and you just need to give the right prompt. And that is also a skill which we have to develop, because if we do not give the right prompt, that is also going to be a problem. So what we need is like understand the business problem and how to do the problem solving. That is number one. The second one is what we are all, I mean, Venki and Syam will also be agree with me. We are looking will be the right attitude.
Okay.
Attitude to adapt, attitude to embrace challenges, and attitude to learn. So if you have the right attitude to learn, then you are not just like what is industry ready, but you are future ready. I would say that. So that, I mean, till now, I mean, I now have 17 years of experience. In my career, what, brought me here is continuous learning. So, I mean, now you have lot of platforms like Udemy, Coursera, like whatever, like YouTube for Concepts, YouTube, or even you have some doubts, you can simply open ChatGPT or Gemini or Grok, whatever, and ask that, right? So it's easy to learn. So that, but you should have that curiosity, you should have that passion. So that is what we are looking from a fresher or a less experienced person.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Sure. So if you guys would like to add, maybe in the context of how the industry demand has shifted in terms of industry readiness.
So the way that I'll start is, you spoke a little bit about the age of chaos, right? When I look back, if you look at radio was an innovation for over 50 years. Then television came. It was prime for 20 years. Then CDs came. It was there for, say, 5 years. So the longevity of an innovation is coming down dramatically. And that is exactly what we are seeing today. And today, the speed of innovation is so much that it feels to all of us like chaos. So from that, what we can take away is, as it's always said, change is the only constant, right? So the most important skill set that all of us need to build is to adapt for changes, right? How do we survive changes, right? I happen to read a metaphor about the industry that we are going through right now. If you look at the industry more like that of a river, you don't know whether it is going to have left turn, right turn, dip. You don't know what is coming up, right? But treat the industry just like this. Changes are going to be happening in the industry. What we will need to focus on is, while we are on the boat, do we have the right tool sets with us to navigate that river, right? We should know when to speed up, when to use the compass, right? All the technical stuff that we are all learning today, including AI, are just the tool sets available for us. We are still going to be the drivers of our career, right? So we will need to keep that in mind and make sure that all these tool sets are leveraged the most at the right time, so that you as an individual's efficiency, productivity will be super high. So if I can summarize in one line, if you can learn new things fast, I think that is the game changer for each of you in your career.
Right. So if you would like to add anything.
Yeah, so as Ammu said, like the adaptability is the main thing that we need to focus on when you guys are actually joining to our industry. So because actually, as I earlier mentioned, like starting a career in one technology, switching to different criterias and all different. So if you are actually doing a full stack development course right now, and maybe you are actually specializing on some particular technology right now, but we can't say like after 2 months that technology will be the hyped one, because it will actually replace by another strong technology or something like that. So as you know, in earlier cases, we are actually having all the scripting in JavaScript or something like that. Then these frameworks came, and right now it's replaced by React and Angular, that kind of technologies. We don't know whether it's actually replaced by another technologies in future. So adaptability is the main thing. Whenever you're getting an opportunity, you should learn something new from that opportunity or like for that opportunity. Then easily you can actually switch your career to that particular stuff. So adaptability is one. One more thing is like you when you actually start working on a particular scenario or a particular problem, you should understand the problem very much. Like indeed, whatever you can ask questions like. If you're getting a business problem, you should ask questions. Through questions, you can actually get more details on that, and you can develop something very accurately and very bug-free and all. So that kind of a behavior you need to develop. Right? That kind of a skill set you need to develop. Adaptability, question, actually asking questions and all that kind of thing. And whatever you're actually spending in your budding state, like when you're starting a career, whatever you're actually investing on that, how much time you're investing on learning things and all, that will actually give you more opportunities and more positive things in your career.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think one thing that we can take away from all of your answers is that adaptability is the key skill, which is, in focus right now. So there was an interesting phase which Venki mentioned, like change is the only constant. So if someone comes up to you and says, I am not comfortable with changes, I'm afraid of changes, is IT right for me? Should what would be your answer?
You will have a much harder ride in the IT industry compared to another person if you are not open for change. See, if you look at the US market, even the IT industry, where people work in captives. In captives, what happens typically is they are working for one customer, one technology longer term, right? So such opportunities do exist. But if you look at a proper services company, it's slightly different. In services companies, we work for multiple customers. At the same time, you might have different projects to handle. So you're literally narrowing down your opportunities if you're becoming resistant for change. It doesn't mean that you don't have a seat here, but it's just harder. That's my view.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for that insightful answer. Now I think we will move on to the next segment, like there can be a question, how has the workplace transformed in front of your eyes? Like, has there been transformations and how drastic has it been? Like anyone can take the...
Yeah, actually, that shift happened pre-pandemic and post-pandemic. So pre-pandemic, we all were like coming to office and working from office. Only a few companies were offering work from home option, but now it's like changing. It's like hybrid model or remote models or remote opportunities are coming. A lot.
Yes.
So what does it mean or how it benefit you? As a fresher or as a beginner, you will also have a lot of opportunities, not locally or not. If you are in Trivandrum, you can also work for a company in Bangalore or Hyderabad, not only inside India, but abroad also. Outside India also. Most of the, I can say like lot of companies are now recruiting people from India because of low cost. So if you go to job platforms like Upwork or Remote OK, you all might be knowing, right? Those kind of platforms. Anyone know Remote OK, Upwork? Have you ever tried? Okay.
Fiverr, something like Fiverr also.
Yeah.
Freelancer.
Freelancer, then touring deal. So those kind of platforms, you can go and search for opportunities. There are a lot of global opportunities as well. You can work from the comfort of your home, or you can work from anywhere. That is, it's not work from home now. Work from anywhere is the term we are using. And other thing is like the office spaces are also now, we are seeing a shift. Previously it was like cubicles to do the work alone. But nowadays we are mostly doing work remotely and coming to office for collaboration. So it will be like the collaboration and space and like ports like that. The workplace also are shifting. So don't, make use of this opportunity. Like don't think like narrow or
There are no
think
cubicles anymore.
right. Yeah. So the opportunities are also like a lot for you guys now. It also means you're competing with, not anymore competing locally, you're competing globally. But also there is a brighter part as like the opportunities are also more.
Yeah, I agree to what Amma was also saying, but I'll elaborate based on my experience. When I was with UST, I had a team of around 200 people all sitting in one bay, right? Today in SADA, we have 180 people spread across 21 states in India, right? So the smaller team still spread across 21 states. That's the another change that organizations and people like us have to embrace. It's not always just the technology change, right? Now, in my view, especially in the initial part of your career, it is always beneficial to work in an office environment, because you don't just learn by doing things yourself. You learn through collaboration. You learn by seeing what others are doing, right? So it is highly, highly required that you get that office experience. Maybe it's an old man thinking, but based on the past experience, I have seen people being more successful in their early careers when they are in office, right? Especially in a place like Trivandrum, where the traffic problems are way less compared to Bangalore. If you get a chance to be in office, use that opportunity to be there, right? While you move on to the later part of your career, you might have to balance between your personal priorities and work-life balance and all that. At that point of time, take a rethink on whether you want to do continue to be in office. We still go, if possible, all 5 days to office. Even though the company does not mandate that, our company mandates only 10 days in a month. And most companies are doing just that now.
So you think the future of remote work, is it here to stay, or?
So future of remote work will continue to stay. Again, it depends upon in which part of your career you are. What are your career priorities? You need to decide based on that. Both models have their own merits and demerits. You just need to pick based on what your personal goals are. That's my view. And from a corporate perspective, they have also seen benefits like having people in one location as much as possible, which is why all the big organizations are trying to have people in office.
Okay. So thank you. Syam, any transformations that you would like to mention in the workspace?
So as Ammu mentioned, like right now there is no specific workspace for us. Like wherever we sit and work, that will be our workspace. Is it like office, home, or anywhere? But as Venki said, like I am also having the same opinion. Whenever a new, a fresher is actually coming and working in the industry, it's I'm also thinking like it's a mandate kind of thing. Like those people should come to office and work with senior people. Like because yeah, we can learn a lot of things from internet or like from previous codes. That kind of thing we can learn. But there is some extent of stuffs which is actually can be achieved from collaborating work from seniors.
That you absorb from the atmosphere.
Yeah, it's like that's a correct thing because actually we know before the pandemic, all people are coming into the office collaboratively working. That's a different environment that we had. But after the pandemic, it is like people are coming, but especially for freshers. They don't have they don't have a vision. Like in some cases, like they are not getting proper leadership, proper guidance or something like that. Because remotely, yeah, some extent it's okay, but as a collaborative work environment, the experience is a very different stuff. Like
So
yeah,
definitely workspace has transformed. So do you also think the same has happened in the traditional roles?
I think it's like traditional one.
Like the roles which used to be there earlier, are they the same, or are there new roles which are coming or new responsibilities?
I don't feel like that, but like roles in the sense, I don't think there is much difference in their roles and all. But like whatever I felt on this remote working and all, that was the thing. Yeah.
So
Yeah, couple of more things, right? In a corporate world, when there are huge number of people, sometimes the leadership and the management do not get exact visibility to what you do, right? While if you're in an office setting, you have an extra advantage of creating visibility for your work directly with the leadership. Very similarly, in many of the larger organizations, there are people looking forward for projects, right? How much ever official formal communication frameworks exist, a lot of business happen sometimes even in the pantry. When people meet, talk, that is when they come to know about new projects that is coming up. And these are all venues people normally miss out when people work from home. And to your question on changing roles, I'd say more than changing roles, roles have evolved in some cases, and then in certain cases, new roles have actually come up. For example, cybersecurity, right? This was not a role available to 20 years back, right? That's a pretty recent one. Even the roles like full stack, right? At least in my days, you're a developer. That's it. You don't differentiate between front end, database person, back end, nothing of that sort. You do end to end. That was the bare minimum, like expertise that is expected of anybody who is coming out. So while we were getting trained like you people, we had all the like front end, back end, middleware, every training jam packed in a short window of time.
DevOps,
everything. DevOps and all are relatively newer roles from that perspective. If you look at the old age programming stuff like a COBOL or things like that, they don't conventionally have these frameworks built at that point of time, right? So some of that has definitely evolved. It also depends upon how different industries embrace it, right? Data security, GDPR guidelines, a lot of that are relatively newer compared to the past. So,
thank you, Venki. If you would like to.
No, I don't have.
Okay. Okay. Now let us move into the next segment. Like maybe if you talk about the fresh graduates you see, I mean, entering the industry, what do you feel are the biggest challenges faced by them?
So I feel, but we will ask them. Yeah, but I feel.
To enter, but I mean, they are yet to enter. They are yet to enter the industry. So,
Okay.
from your perspective,
So, from my perspective, it's the biggest challenge is the skill gap. So, whatever the outdated academics in engineering colleges, right? So, that is not what we
I'm sure
expect
they
in the
are late.
actual industry. Yeah, so another thing is like the hands-on experience. So we will also discuss about how we can, improve this. Then confidence. These three are the, challenges I feel. What about you? Any other challenges you are facing?
you can respond using the mics in your front. You can press the button and speak your mind.
No, okay. So these are the challenges you are also facing. Okay.
So one of the most frequent stuff that I have heard from fresh graduates is when they apply for a job, right? People ask for experience, right? That's a very, very common stuff. At least in the past, there was not many solutions for it. You had to depend upon your luck to get into a job in the initial days. But now things have at least changed a little bit. I'll call out a couple of examples. Microsoft has a program called Most Valuable Professional. That particular program does not even demand you to be in a corporate world. You can do a lot of things on the internet. It could be like contributing towards an open source package, bug fixing them, right? Companies like Meta has a program called Bug Bounty Program, right? It is nothing else but finding security loopholes in their programs, and you will get rewarded, right? The conventional days for hiring, people used to just look at how much marks did you score. But today, if you go to any company and say that, okay, I have won this award from Meta for finding a loophole in this, you're sure to get a job as a cybersecurity professional, right? So that is a significant shift, and it opens up a lot of opportunities for people like you. And I think we spoke about platforms like Upwork. Show the fact that you have done so many projects with good customer feedback in a platform like Upwork. We will all consider you for opportunities. You don't need to have a corporate experience to scale your career. That's one very, very positive thing from a fresher perspective that I can think of.
Sure. Thank you, Venki.
So actually, I will tell you one thing. So most of the people are actually done MC or BTech or something like that, right?
That's right.
And as per my knowledge, most of them are actually CS, computer science or something like that. Done.
Yeah, mostly.
So actually, we had a lot of we had studied a lot of theories and all in our curriculum and all. So basically, in a fresher perspective, when you guys are going to a particular interview, they know, like as Venki mentioned, there will be a constraint like experience. That's a constraint. But like as a fresher, they will ask questions. So most of that questions will be from your curriculum itself, but it will be like an industrial way they will ask. For an example, whoever actually done the full stack development and all, they know what is session, right? Session and cookie session, right? So they will ask like, what is session? So people will say, most of the people will say like, yeah, it is for actually saving user credentials or something like that, user identity into. I'm just telling you an example, okay? But why we are using session? That is their question. Why? Because in our colleges we will study like HTTP is a stateless protocol. I think all of you know, right? So that is the main reason why we are using session, because persisting data in between consecutive requests.
Actually, they're in the beginning of their learning phases.
Yeah.
Most of them.
So it's a simple question.
Yes.
Every industrial people who are actually interviewing you, they will expect the same answer. But I am also doing a lot of interviews. But very little people actually answer like that. So that is the main challenge that we are facing. Right? We are studying something, we are getting mark, we are going to interview, but we are not getting any job. That is the main challenge. Whatever we are doing, whatever we are studying, we need to think about that. Why we are actually, what is the application of it, and why we are studying this. So that kind of a perspective we need to think about, and we need to go. So whatever we are learning, that we are using the same thing in our industry. So think like that, because right now you will have that opportunity like this internet and all the AI and all. So you can actually in ChatGPT you can just search for what is why you are actually studying this and what is the term which is actually meant to be and why we are using this particular term. And all, you get the answer.
Maybe if they build something and apply the concept, they will definitely get it, which we are doing here at ICTAK.
That's a very good initiative. But like I am telling you, this is the main challenge. And you guys can also tell it. But I am as an interviewer also I am getting the same impression. Like,
yeah. So,
if I can add one more item, right? These days, when you are working on various projects, it is super important to understand the business domain that you are working on. For example, retail in India and retail in US are definitely dealt differently. The amount of changes between India healthcare system and US healthcare systems are different, right? So if you're working on whatever be the industry, try to learn their business domain very well before you actually start executing. Majority of the people I have felt don't understand the importance of learning the domain, whereas nowadays, in particular, with all the artificial intelligence, coding enablement tools, the focus is shifting significantly from just the coding part of it to a lot more of problem solving, understanding the domain, and providing solutions for that business problem. So, learning that domain is going to be critical. Now, you cannot learn every domain in the world, right? So, contextually, based on the project client that you're working on, try to understand the domain before jumping into the solutions.
Yeah, one more point to add. Venki spoke about the actual experience you don't have, right? So for that, you yourself can find out a business problem and like do it as a small project and publish it in GitHub. So nowadays, like GitHub is free. I mean, you can have unlimited free public and private repos. Only the limitation I think is for private repos only 3 collaborators are allowed, so that's okay. I mean, it's just for learning, right? So you can do that. And when we screen resumes, right? When we open a position and we receive hundreds of resumes, how your resume stands out? If I see a GitHub link of your personal project, I will pick that. I mean, I will at least go to that GitHub repo and see what project you have done. And from the resume screening level, I will shortlist. So that is one point. The second point I have to tell us, like, do not, like, if you actually you yourself haven't done it, do not put it in resume, because that also we have faced. They have put something in the resume, and when actually the technical interview comes in, they do not know like how to explain that, or they explain it theoretically, and from our experience we will understand whether this person actually did it or like he or she is just
sometimes if you look closely, it will be a fork of someone else's with no change.
Yeah.
Okay. So thank you for the insights. I hope all of you agree. And if you have different views, then during the Q&A, be sure to raise your queries. So next, something that I would like to ask you is, in IT, are there certain domains or roles which can be considered high growth?
I don't think, at least in my view, you can pick and choose one domain as high growth. Every industry is going through a disruption, right? 10 years back, who thought Uber will be this advanced on technology, right? Today, if you look at the back end of Uber, the prominent data providers are not able to cater to the demand of Uber, because of which Uber has ended up developing so many products to suit their needs, right? So that's just one example on the transportation sector. Agri-tech sector, that's another very, very emerging one, at least in India. You can read a little bit about companies like Croppen. What they do is they take the satellite imagery of a particular piece of land, advise farmers what seeds to sow at which point of time, etc., etc. So these are all technologies that are getting applied for different types of problems these days. I wouldn't call any one segment as an highly emerging one, but every area you take, you're having transformations.
Okay. So your views on the
So actually, currently the main growing stuff is like data ML, which is actually, I'm just telling you the current scenario. Like, so in all our working models and all, we have a ML stuff in backend. So yeah, data ML is actually a very high evolving stuff right now. Basically, because of the statistics, analytics, forecasting, for all these scenarios we have. So right now, I think in coming days, it's like full stack will have also a data stuff also will be there, like because DevOps is there right now. So maybe a chance, because actually AML data models are actually a crucial stuff right now for all the forecasting and all analytics and also I think so. Yeah.
Okay. So certain areas are actually high growth, but would there be a way to identify these things, because it keeps changing, right? For those who are navigating their careers, like would there be how would they find out, or how would they identify?
I think, I mean, you can see the trend in the job portals in LinkedIn or like Naukri Freshers World. You can see that trend, right? I mean, which area they are posting most of the jobs. So from a, I mean, industry experience also, I also feel like, as Syam said, ML, data analytics and ML is one of the high growth, and AI, Gen AI and agentic AI. And cloud, of course, I mean, it's not a high growth, but it is a need right now, because almost all the I mean, companies are moving to cloud, right? So cloud native development or cloud infrastructure, that is also one thing. Yeah.
So would it ever get to a point where you identify these things from LinkedIn postings, and by the time you learn it, it becomes obsolete?
I'll answer it slightly differently from my experience, right? In our company, we were doing one project on Angular 7. Okay, the contract was signed with the customer to do the project in Angular 7. By the time project ended, it was Angular 8. So that is what is really happening in the world, right? The same thing applies for, she spoke about cloud. We all work in cloud. Today, a service, when you're starting a project, a service may not be available from cloud. By the time you end the project, the new service will be available, right? So that's why I think we all started by talking about your ability to learn new things fast, ability to adapt, I think that is the most important skill set that we all need to have. We all, like in the sense, like irrespective of our experience, if we need to remain relevant in this industry, we will need to have continuous education, learning. We all still try to keep ourselves updated, right? In our company, we generally say, right? Even if you don't brush your teeth, make sure you spend 30 minutes learning something new. Otherwise, you're going to be outdated, right? It's things are moving that fast. So that's the thing that we all need to keep in mind.
Okay, that's definitely something that we've heard, but at the same time, I remembered something else which is very popular these days. Like after the work hours, disconnecting from everything that is. I mean, if you're in IT, disconnecting from IT. I mean,
No, this 30 minutes shouldn't be outside work hours. I mean,
all right.
it's my view.
Okay. So I think we have reached the end of 3 segments, and I think it was a very informative panel discussion. Like,
And add on to the current topic, like, so actually for a full stack point of view, there will be some tools which are actually technically agnostic stuff. Like we can actually scale into different technologies. We can actually write a simple thing which can actually work on different technologies like Angular, React, or so.
Right.
So I think most of you know about web components, right? So that is actually an example of such kind of thing. So we need to pick it up like such kind of a technology agnostic solutions and all, and we can actually master on that. That will be a good thing.
Sure.
Like, yeah.
So thank you. Next segment is actually a Q&A segment where the audience can shoot questions based on, the discussion that we had right now, or any general question regarding the IT industry. You are welcome to ask. So you can utilize the mics in front of you.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, madam. It was a nice talk. So we all got some valuable insights from your talk. So I have a doubt regarding what Venki sir said. So you mentioned that understand the business domain. So what's the context of it? Could you please explain it further?
Okay. So when you're developing a product, you're developing a product for a particular problem, correct? Your understanding of that problem has to be clear, right? For example, when we are developing this really happened in my career, right? When we were developing a payroll implementation system, right? Before the project started, we were sent to the customer site to work along with the payroll clerk so that we understand what payroll clerk does day in, day out. What are the challenges they face? Once you have that understanding, that is what I meant by the business or the domain understanding, right? That's in the context of a project. But if you scale that to the industry level, it's much larger. So understand that problem very well before you start your coding or development or even design for that matter. That's my only point.
Hello,
Yeah, yes, please.
can you hear me?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, we talk about skill gaps and all those things. But for these 3 people, as they have many experience in interviewing, can you mention some of the plus points for this younger IT community? Maybe freshers or even experienced people.
You're asking about the benefits of being young in this.
Not like that. They're good points. I mean,
Got it.
they may be bright in some.
Got it.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, I'll start. For a person like me, when I have to adapt to a new technology, I have to unlearn a lot of things before I can learn new things. For people who are fresh, they don't have that baggage. They don't have this problem of having to unlearn things. And that, I believe, is a big advantage for freshers. as I said, out of 180 people, we have more than 100 people who are less than 2 years experience. One of the reasons why we go with that model is primarily because we can mold them the way that is suitable for the business needs. They are a lot more adaptable and they are not stuck with something. When we do work with Google, we have work across infrastructure, data, AI, ML, all these spectrum. So we do hire experts on specific areas. We find it very hard to cross-skill them. Take an infra person and teach data, it's very difficult. But with the junior people, that flexibility is something that we capitalize on. So those are two things that I can really call out. Right.
So something that I thought about just now, like regarding freshers, what you said, I think it was true even 20 years back or 30 years back. But regarding today's freshers, do you feel, anything which you feel is different or?
I've generally noticed the amount of time they're spending to upskill themselves had dramatically come down. Oh. Maybe because people feel that there are other priorities. I'm not sure, but that's one thing that we have, at least I have generally observed.
But there are too many avenues open for upskilling as well.
Correct. Correct. That's right. The priorities of people are slightly different.
Okay.
And I think it has to do with the generation as well. Correct.
Sure.
I remember seeing some video where somebody was telling, if you look at the generation previous to ours, they worked to make sure that they earned their daily bread. They worked. That was the previous generation, right? In our generation, we earned to have a shelter, right? These generation, the next generation or your generation, you're looking for the quality of everything. Quality of life, quality of time, quality of work, that is the focus, right?
Sure.
So that's the shift. And because of that shift, of course, the time that you spend for earning your bread is relatively low. That's my view.
I would like your thoughts on this as well.
Yeah, so on the question on plus points I have seen in freshers. So I remember, there were a lot of instances, but I really remember that guy. When I was interviewing him, we will call him X. So when I was interviewing him, he was like 1 year experience or something, and he was in a small company. So he didn't get much opportunity to work on. We were like recruiting for a cloud engineer role, so he was not getting the right opportunity to work on the right project. So that was his problem. But he honestly told that he doesn't know, he doesn't have work experience. Then I asked him, what do you know? He knows almost, all the, important services. I was recruiting for AWS, and he himself did some projects out of his interest, because he was very passionate, and we took him. We were sure that we could mentor him easily, and now it was 6-7 years back. So now he's an expert in cloud area. So that kind of people also I have met.
So you identified him. Kudos to that.
We all can identify that kind of people. Who are really passionate to come to tech industry. It's not just getting a job, but who really want to learn and grow.
No, even I don't think that's a very common thing. Maybe some interviewers might have rejected him because you're not what I'm looking for. Sorry, best of luck.
I agree with her. Majority of the interviewers these days look for such capabilities rather than what you have, your scores are, marks are. That's
good to know.
Yeah.
Okay. Any thoughts on?
For an example, so right now you already mentioned there is different streams, different courses. These people have done different courses, right? So maybe there's a chance they are looking only for that particular opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as She said like there is a particular person called X. He is actually having that talent, having that talent which is actually identified by her. So definitely a full stack guy who's actually done some course in full stack, he or she should have an ability to have some good knowledge on cloud and all, like that kind of a cross skilling will be there. So we need to think about our capability and we need to switch our career paths. So that is the main thing.
So almost all of them are actually in the beginning of their courses, like in their learning phase. So they are getting familiar with the course contents, just the introduction to the courses. But in the coming days, they will definitely be, very helpful advices that they have received. And if there are no more queries from your side, I think we have reached the end of our allotted time. So guys, last call for any questions. Okay, so I think then we can wind up the panel discussion segment here. So now I invite the anchor to the stage.
Wow, what a rich discussion filled with actionable advice. A big thank you to our panelists and moderator for sharing their wisdom. Now it's time to celebrate excellence. We'll now recognize the placed candidates who have aced their career journeys. I request Arvind to list the candidates.
Mohan M from Cyber Security Analyst. Aravind PB from Data Science and Analytics. Archana T. Dharan from Data Science and Analytics. Hasina Khalid from Cyber Security Analyst. Deepa Shankar from Career Reinstate Program. Aishwarya Ji from Career Reinstate Program. Shamsina PK from Career Reinstate Program. Ambli PV from Career Reinstate Program. Ganga VM from Career Reinstate Program. Deepthi D from Career Reinstate Program. Krishna J from Career Reinstate Program. Needu Raj from Data Science and Analytics. Anina Bashir from Career Reinstate Program.
Congratulations to all our awardees. Your hard work inspires us. As a token of gratitude, we'd like to honor our incredible panelists with mementos. We invite Sri Kumar Sir, Ms. Rekha Rajagopal and Ms. Ashwadi to provide the mementos. Let's invite Karen Matthew learner from ICTAK, to deliver the vote of thanks. Karen, over to you. Thank you, Nandana. Respected CEO, Mr. Muraleedharan Manningal, esteemed panelists, dear participants and friends, a very good evening, everyone. As we come to the close of this incredibly enriching session, it is my honor to express our deepest gratitude to everyone who made Aspire inspiring growth and transformation a resounding success. First and foremost, a special thanks to you, Mr. Muraleedharan Manningal, CEO of ICTAK, for sharing your invaluable insight during the keynote address. Your words have truly set the tone for today's discussions. To our brilliant panelists, Ms. Ammu Priya, Mr. Venkatachalam Narayana Iyer, and Mr. Syam Kumar M. Thank you for generously sharing your expertise, experiences, and practical advice. Your perspectives have given us all a clear roadmap for navigating our careers. A big thank you to our moderator, Mr. Hareesh Rajendran, for skillfully guiding and discussing and ensuring we covered all the key topics. Your questions brought out the best in our panelists. We are also grateful to Mr. Aravind, who kick-started the event with his welcome address, and Ms. Nandana, who cheerfully hosted the whole event, and to ICTAK and the organizing team for putting together this event and providing us with such a wonderful platform to learn and grow. Your hard work behind the scenes have truly made this event memorable. To our awardees, congratulations once again. Your achievements inspire us all to strive for excellence. And last but not the least, to all the participants, thank you for your active engagement, thoughtful questions, and enthusiasm. As we move forward, let's carry the lessons and connections from today into our professional journeys. On behalf of everyone here, thank you once again to all of our speakers, organizers, and attendees. Please join me in giving a final round of applause to everyone who contributed to today's success. Thank you and have a wonderful evening.